Well, good morning, guys and ladies. It is Father's Day weekend, and I have got a new toy for Father's Day. I got my LVS34 in. So I took the transducer and I hooked it straight up to the black box that I already had installed in the boat, because that's what I've heard that you can do. Although I have another black box at the house that I can try, but we're going to try this first, guys. We're going to get out here on Lake Talquin today. We're going to see how we like this LVS34. We're going to see if it works right out of the box, hooking it straight to the black box that already exists, and just see what we think about it. So you guys hang with us. We're going to get out here and see if we can get this thing working. See if we can find a bunch of crappie on this lake today. All right, powered up. Let's turn this thing on. Let's see how it looks. Is it going to work? Let's find out. I know there's a bad glare this morning, guys. Sorry for that. A bright sunny day. It's going to be 100 degrees and there is no clouds in the sky this morning. We gotta fight glare and heat. So we'll see what we can do. Baby, boot up. Hey, there's a picture. Alright, we got gain at 71. Let's turn that gain down. About 63. Let's go to the menu. There, gain 63. Everything looks pretty good here. Let's go to sonar setup. TVG's off. Gopher's reject is off. Noise reject's on high. Let's see what that looks like if we put it on low. A little bit of a ghost tree. Big old batch of crappie right there. Alright guys, I can see them pretty daggum good down there. Now it looks like a pretty good picture. I can see the shad around them. I don't see a big ghost tree, which is freaking awesome. Not to have a ghost tree. Oh, you know the bite's hard when you snag them in the side. So guys, my first impressions is that I can't really tell that the fish are any clearer or that I can see a lot more detail, but I'm out at like 45 feet, so I'm going to have to zoom in and see how much more detail I get as I zoom in during the day today. I will say this though, it does not look like I have a ghost tree, and I haven't determined yet whether or not I got a blind spot, but if it gets rid of that ghost tree and that blind spot, it's going to be a whole lot better, and so far I have not noticed that. But we're going to, in a minute here, we're going to go right up on top of these fish and drop straight down and see if I can see my jig or if I got a blind spot or not. To bite. Catfish line still on the line. One finally ate it. He ate it. That's a little guy. I'm sure there's some big ones down there, but man, they're not biting at all. Fish. Fish with a strap on his head. Yeah, it's funny, most of the ones I catch with straps on their head are smaller fish, but that's a decent sized crappie with a stripe on his head. Speedy Gonzalez crappie. Size fish. Guys, that's what a summer school of crappie looks like. You see all this crappie? Doesn't mean you're gonna catch them though, because they are tough to catch in the summertime. But there you go, a nice big water crappie. So I adjusted the angle on my transducer a little bit to see if it's more straight in front of me when I'm casting, see if I can get my jig in it better. So let's turn around and get on that school and see if we can catch a couple of them, see if I can see my bait any better. And I'm kind of out of the wind a little bit, so we'll see if it's any better. There it is. Oh, fish got it. So guys, this is just what it's about when you get your stuff. It just takes some tweaking to get everything set up. And that's what I'm doing today, getting everything tweaked back in. Bait anywhere? I not see it. Oh, we got a fish though. Can't find my bait. I swear I almost think this thing has a more narrow beam than the last one did. Alright guys, so we're going to cruise back over that school of crappie. We'll see if I can show you guys what they look like on, I showed them to you on the side scan, but we're going to go back by them. I'm going to see if I can go right over the top of them. Let's see what they look like on 2D and down scan imaging. Hang on. So there they are on down scan, and you can see they show up really good on that down scan. Now let me look at my 2D. Didn't hardly show up at all on that 2D, just one or two little dots there. It'd be really hard to see them with that. Now granted, I have not adjusted that 2D sonar at all, so we may play with that a little bit and see what we can do. But there they are on down scan. You can see them plain as day all around that stump, all those little dots. So let's play around with this 2D image and see if I can get it any better. I've never really tried to use it much because I really like that down scan, but let's play around with it and see what we can do. Alright guys, so I adjusted a little bit, changed my settings, and now you can see these fish. See them stacked up like a Christmas tree right there? See them on that down scan. Nice big batch of crappie, and you can see them on that 2D. So that's what we were trying to do. So let's see, what did I change my settings to? So I changed the sensitivity to 10 and the contrast. No, that's not right. There's some more crappie right there on that tree right there. All right, hold on. I got to figure out what I did here. Hold on. All right, guys. So there we go again. Another nice picture. Let me lock it right there so you can see those fish sitting in that tree. You can really see them on this 2D, on this down scan, sitting in that tree. And I noticed I've actually got 2D on both screens. This is a Gen 4 and this is a Gen 3, and I've noticed that even though on this one, which is my Gen 4, I'm actually sharing the 2D and these two images off of my Gen 4, but on this Gen 4, the 2D image looks different than it does on my Gen 3. Even though this is the same image, it's shared over here, but they're still two different images, which I find that odd. They must have changed something on the Gen 4s on the 2D than what they had on the Gen 3s that this Gen 3 can't take advantage of. But I still got a really nice picture there, guys. You can see those crappie really well. You can see them really good on the down scan. And this is a Helix Mega imaging, side imaging and down scan Gen 3, and this is the Gen 4, and it's got to where I just use my Gen 4 for maps, and I'm sorry, this is the Gen 3 and this is the Gen 4. I tend to just share everything off my Gen 3 onto this Gen 4 because it seems like I have a better picture from my Gen 3 than I do on my Gen 4, because it had some issues that I never did get worked out with hummingbirds. So, alright guys, let's go look for some more crappie. guy, but you know what? I get tired of riding around. I like to stop and catch a few of them. And I tell you guys, hard to catch really big crappie on a day when they're just not biting. You know, you get a few of the small ones to bite, but even though there's big ones down there, they can be tough to catch when they're not feeding. But they will feed at some point today. Oh, hit it. Oh, there's a big one. There's a big old bud Lake Talquin crappie. That's what you come out here to catch. Big old beautiful pound and over a pound and a half Lake Talquin crappie. Heck yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but the water temp is between 88 and 90 degrees out here. So catching a big stud like that on a day like today is a good thing. Crappie? Yeah, I turned it loose. There's another one. Oh, there's another big old stud crappie. Oh yeah. Another nice big old pretty Talquin crappie. I got a guy over here on his dock. I'm gonna talk to him. Do what? There we go. Catch half the fish while I'm playing with the live scope trying to locate my bait. I just bite it anyway. Just goes to prove you don't have to have that live scope. Heck yeah. Summertime, blazing hot water, still catching nice fish. Beautiful eating stuff. Nice crappie. Ooh, right when I get rocked. Ooh. Come on, boat, be still before I cook myself. There we go. Another nice, beautiful Lake Talquin crappie. Fish are lukewarm. They're not cold feeling. The water's not super cold down there. Just a beautiful fish. And guys, we're gonna wrap it up right there. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I think I had a good time with the new LVS. It's working pretty good. Can't say that it's a whole lot better than my 32. Sometimes I think I could see my bait a little better with that 32. Seems like I could track it longer, like maybe it had a wider of a beam pattern. But I don't know, this is just the first day. I'm gonna have to use it for a little while and see how I like it. Now I do have another black box at the house, so maybe on one of these next trips I'll drop the new black box in and hook that up to it and see if there's any difference in the one that I had done all the upgrades to, that I was using on my LVS34, and compare it to the brand new one that came in the box. So we'll do that on one of the future videos. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you. Well, you know what, before I end this, Kyle called me the other day and reminded me to let all of you know that there's a 15% off your first order if you want to order some of these jigs that I use. And for you new guys, this is what I was using today. This is a green pumpkin. I always want to call it pumpkin seed. It's green pumpkin with a chartreuse belly, and Kyle at ATX Lures makes those, and he'll give you 15% off your first order if you use my code, and I'm gonna put it on the screen here for you guys to see it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope you had a great Father's Day, and I'm gonna go home and spend a little time for Father's Day with my daughter this afternoon. We'll see you guys.